What's up, y'all? It's your girl Breo. Welcome back to another movie review. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Sinners. I'm dressed appropriately for it. I'm excited. Let's get this going. So the movie starts off with a monologue. I don't know who's speaking, but it sounds like a character from the movie named Annie. I'm not sure though. But it starts off with a monologue from a woman saying that people are giving gifts, but sometimes those gifts attract evil. In Mississippi, you got a car driving up to a church. We later find out that Sam, his name is Sam, he gets out the car, goes in his dad's church. And everybody's like, what the heck? Because he like got blood, scratches, all kind of stuff going on with him. So they like, yo, what's going on with him? Then we cut to a regular day in Sam's life. He gets up, talks to his parents, wakes his siblings up, then he get on out to work. Real simple day-to-day life. He got a lot of work there on the plantation where he stay. And then we get our first appearance of the twins. Michael B. Jordan did a great job. The twins, we got Stack and we got Smoke. Stack is the one dressed in red. Smoke is the one dressed in blue. Them two is something else right there. Kudos to Michael B. Jordan for this crazy performance. In my opinion, this is my favorite performance of his and his best, in my opinion. All right. So Stack and Smoke are notorious around there, around them parts, and they coming in to buy a juke joint from this white dude. So he's like, you boys this and you boys that, and they like, yo. Ain't no boys around here, just men, grown men money too. And then Smoke is like, and grown men bullets. See, the difference between Smoke and Stack is cool, calm, and collected, goofy kind of too. But Smoke is more no nonsense, straight late, like he tough and he a hothead. So whatever Stack say, Smoke gonna back it up with some tough stuff. That's just how they is. So the twins noticed the floor look a little weird. And he was like, y'all watch this floor? And the white dude was like, I think he didn't answer the question or something. And they was like, what was on the floor? So it was like some shady behavior going on with that. So Sam getting ready to go outside. So he go and grab his guitar. He about to go sing somewhere. He about to give up today. He said he wanted to give up today for one day, his regular life, and he wanted to go be free. And he ain't gotta cook, clean, pick cotton, whatever he was doing. He ain't gotta do none of that. Right? So of course his father disapproves because he's a pastor. He's like, you keep dancing with the devil, and one day he's gonna follow you home. And of course, Sam just like, all right, Pop, but I gotta go. So I was wondering why we had kind of had like two main characters, the twins and Sam, and I realized that Sam, like later on, they tell us like Sam and the twins are related; they're blood cousins. So I thought that was pretty dope. So Sam gets in the car with his cousins, the twins. They get to driving and talking about old times and stuff like that. So they get off to their truck, and so Stack and Smoke take go they part their ways, cause they gotta, one gotta drive the truck, one gotta drive with Sam. So Stack takes Sam, Smoke takes the truck, and they go two different ways for the day. Smoke Smoke ends up at a little convenience store, everything store with these Asian people that he knows. They're pretty cool, they're close, right? He's asking for help. But before he goes in their store, he tells this little girl, listen, I need you to watch my truck. Honk the horn if you see something funny. So eventually he does hear the horn while he's making all these plans in the store. So I told y'all, Smoke is a no nonsense businessman. He is. So he rushes out. He shoots both of the thieves. Like these dudes are trying to steal from his car. He shoots both of them. Even if he know them, he like, I can't have y'all going back in town talking about I stole from Smoke. So he's like, you without you limping. So he sends them off both with a limp. Hilarious. So Stack finds out Sam can sing as well as play the guitar. While they in the car, he's just strumming up, singing. Stack is blown away by it, is very impressed by his little cousin. And they end up at a train station. And so Stack is trying to, you know, persuade this man, this harmonica player, Slim, to join him at the juke joint. He needs the musician, so he's like, "Come on in. Look, I got this. I got this Chicago beer. Like, you ain't gonna find this no place else. I'm gonna pay you $20, $40, all of this." He's shooting all his best at this man, and he's like, finally, like, "Yeah, I'll go with you, whatever." So here at the train station is where we first see Mary. Mary is a white woman that has history with Stack. Apparently, they're in love, but Stack can't be with her. He left her high and dry. She got a whole husband. It's very messy. It's given very nowadays. So, I was like, okay, Stack, I see how you get down. So Stack ain't done. He's still recruiting people. So he go over there to the cornfield, not cornfield, cotton field, right? And it's this big swole dude named Cornbread. Now you know somebody named Cornbread, they gotta be big and swollen, eating good, right? So he asks him, like, "Come here, I need to talk to you." But he's being like real disrespectful, like, and he like, "Yo, my wife right here." He was like, "Man, F you and your wife." Like, it was like that. And he was like, "Look, your wife gonna allow this when I show her how much money you finna make." And I promise you, the wife is like, "Well, see what he got to tell you." Like, and she's like, she's interested in the amount. And Cornbread to look back like, she serious right now? All right, man, what you got to say? So Cornbread is on board. So on the other side of town, we got Smoke. Smoke goes to visit Annie. Annie is his ex, and they have a lot of history, a lot of chemistry. And she's like, um, so why you here? And he's like, "Man, we got a juke joint just coming up here to see if you gonna cook for us. You know, we gotta feed the people." And she like, "Boy, why you here?" And he's like, "I love you. I miss you. You know." And they had a little moment. She asked like, "You still wear that Mojo bag?" And it's like a thing he wear around his neck to keep him safe. And yeah, they have a little love scene. It's beautiful. She is a little handsy with it, ain't she? But yeah, it was a beautiful scene. So after that love scene, everybody packing up they cars and getting everything you need. You got he got his Asian friends helping him. He got Annie coming through. We got Cornbread and Slim. Sam gonna sing. Everything gonna work out tonight. It's gonna be a good night at the juke joint. We ready. We ready. It's very much given when Hoppo was opening up Hoppo's and he was just real excited and putting the flyers. It was given that same very much. So something weird happens. The camera's pan to this house, and it's a man fly out the sky, and he's smoking. He runs up to their porch, knocking on the door, asking for entry, right? Permission to enter. And he's like burning. You can see his skin burning. And he's like, "They took my wife. They gonna kill me and my kids and all this." And they like, "Yo, like, what you talking about? Was it a light skinned N word that did this to you? Like, what happened?" And he somehow convinces them to let him in. And right after that, a Native American group of people came up, and they was like, "If you seen this man, don't let him in. We're losing time." They look at the sky. "We're losing time. We need to act now if he's in there." So she make them go away, and they tried to warn her about who she just let in her house. So she go and she looking for her husband. She finds her husband on the floor bleeding in a pool of blood, and the dude they just let in Talk about, oh, he just tired. He'll be all right. And then, oh, so I'm guessing he turns her as well because he like, don't worry, don't cry, and all of that. So, yeah, she found out real quick what the Native Americans trying to tell her. So should have listened. So back at the juke joint, it's opening night. Everything is working out. People are arriving. The music bussing. Everything going good, right? So this guy comes in. He orders a drink, and he don't really got all the money for it. And so he offers like two like wooden coins for a store or something. And Smoke is about to lose it, but Stack steps in and was like, "Go ahead, get your drink, my boy," and stuff like that. And so he takes Smoke takes Stack in the back and talk to him. But Stack and Annie was telling him like, "This is a place for us, for the people. They working in the field all day. They need this kickback space. Come and relax and not worry about no money, man. Like, yeah, they gonna pay, but like don't pressure people, just chill." And then so they go back and forth talking about that. Smoke like still upset, like give me a cigarette. So this really cool scene happens where Sam is performing, and it like cuts to a little scene where Slim is telling him like, man, the blues is ours. Like the blues wasn't forced up on us like religion and all of that, and it's something we have. It's within us. It's ours and stuff like that. And then it just goes from like the 30s, the 1930s blues and style of black music all the way up to present day with somebody was twerking, it was some footwork, and it was all kind of dances just mixed in with the scene. I thought that was so cool. Shouts out to everybody who had something to do that scene. That was beautiful. I loved it. So the lead vampire dude walks up with the couple he had bit earlier, right? So Cornbread is working the door and he's like, "Can I help y'all?" They like, "Look, we just looking for some fun. We coming in to, we got this, we got that." So eventually the twins get wind of this, they come to the door. The twins is like, "Yeah, what's up?" He like, "I have money. I wanna sing. Like, just let us get in." They keep asking for permission to come in. So he's like, "I got money. We can sing." And they were singing this kind of goofy song. It was weird. It was eerie. It was like a banjo-y type of song. He's like, "Yo, we do blues here, but you know, y'all could go up the front. Y'all can go up the streets. A lot of white houses over there. Y'all can sing at and all of that." So the vampires walk off. Nobody know they vampires yet, but they walk off talking about we gonna walk slow in case y'all change y'all mind. And they just weird. They're just really weird. Like they come off real weird. So, Sam was getting him a little, fun time in the office with Perlene, this girl he liked. He saw her earlier at the train station. And she was like, "I'm married." And he was like, "Happily." And she was like, "You better watch that before you bite off something you can't chew all the way," or something. She said something like something like that, y'all. But he liked her. They went in that office. Some things went down. These scenes, I'm telling you, they something serious now. So Mary's there. Stack's talking to her. He admits that he loves her. He's in love with her. He missed her, but she got this husband. He was trying to keep her safe from him by keeping her far away from him as possible and stuff like that. So in another part of the juke joint, you got so they go off and talk. And in another part of the juke joint, you got Smoke and Sam talking. Now, like I said earlier, Smoke is very like mature, no nonsense type of guy. And he's trying to tell Sam, man, this ain't the life for you. Your daddy a preacher. You like music. Why don't you make gospel? Why don't you preach like your father? This ain't the place for you. After tonight, you ain't playing these no more. Sam, like, you can't tell me what to do. So he's like, they going back and forth with that. And then on the other side of the juke joint, you got Stack talking to Mary, and they talking about those white people who just came up, and like how she can get more out of them than Stack can. And so they agreed to let her go over to talk to them. Ooh wee. So Mary go over there and spine them off to the side singing in the woods. And she like, oh, I came out here to see if y'all some good folks. What y'all doing? What y'all up to? They like, man, we ain't doing nothing. We're just singing in our doing our thing in the woods and all of that stuff. They doing all of that, right? And they like, she's like, you got money? They like, yeah. And they show her these gold coins or something like that. And she's like, where y'all get these from? They like, this is you. You can pay this. It works the same or something like that. They was talking about, right? So he start drooling. The main dude start drooling by her. She catch that and get up and be like, yo, she pull her gun out. I got to go. Like, y'all get from around here. She turn around. All you see is my man's jump off the ground mid in the air, fly, and they cut the scene. They cut the scene, and she come back in, and she needing permission from Cornbread to get back in. And she like, you just gonna stand there in my way, and I need to get in. And he like, you just came up in here earlier. Like, come on, bro, just come on in. So she get back in there, and she go straight to Stack, and she acting real weird, and she's like, she basically seducing Stack to get him by himself. And then Cornbread gotta leave the dough because he gotta go somewhere and do something. So the dough ain't man they buy cornbread no more because he out in the woods doing something. Now they we go in the woods with him. He peeing, right? And he hear all this all these whispers and all that. Man, when I tell you one by one, bruh. So in the mix of all this going on, the fight break loose, somebody get cut, and all kind of crazy stuff happening. So Smoke is like, man, where's Stack at? Sam like, I'll go get him. So Sam busts in on Mary and Stacks, and he's like, oh my bad. And he tells Smoke like he busy. He's like, man, I don't care about him being busy. So they bust back in there, and Stack is being killed by Mary. She's biting him on the neck. I mean, devouring the man. Shrimps and lobster towering the man. So Smoke takes his gun and empty the chamber on her. She done fell out, and it's like she gets straight back up. They're like, okay, she's not human. She get up and charge at him, run straight out the place like she ain't been hurt. Now Annie, she's telling him like she's a Hank. We got to get this dead body out of here and keep all the living inside. And he's like, man, my brother ain't going nowhere. This ain't just no dead body. This my brother. He gonna stay with me. And so Sam's having the fit. He's like, I could have saved them. I thought they was making love and all of that. And it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So the party's over at this point. Slim tell everybody to go home. Everybody starts going home. So Cornbread comes back, and he looks different. Like his eyes look crazy, right? But it's like you'll have to really be looking at him, but he looks off. So he's like, y'all, what y'all doing? Like, let me in. And Annie's like, why are you asking us to let you in? You was walking in and out of here earlier. What's the problem? Like you big, you could bust through here like it's nothing. You could bust past us like it's nothing. So why you keep asking? He gets upset. He start treating everybody life in front of the thing. He talking about everybody. And he's like, whatever, man. Can I get paid then? And he's like, be careful because Smoke is pulling some money out of his pocket. And he's like, all right, here you go. So he pulls Smoke to the ground, try to bite him. Smoke shoots a bullet right there in his jaw. I mean, blow the whole man's mouth off almost. Still getting up, coming to him. He looks terrifying at this point. And so Smoke on the ground, he got to get back in that building as fast as possible because he coming for him. Cornbread big as hell. So just missing getting bit and getting back inside, Smoke is like, what the hell is going on? Right? So they know these ain't humans no more. See, they still think they Hanks at this point. So we start hearing some noises. Where's that body at? And so he's like, yo, y'all hear that? So they go to the door and somebody stick a knife through. Stack stick the knife through the door. And so he's like, y'all let me out, man. It's me. Like, dang, like why y'all got me in here? Y'all know I don't like this. But he's like kind of erratic with it. He crazy with it. And he bamming on the door, bamming on the door. So Smoke come up there. He's like, bro, let me out, bro. It's me, your brother. And he's like, that's not your brother. You got people talking about, ain't this good? Annie was like, I checked his pulse. He was dead. Like he was out of here. And basically, my man's ain't stacked no more. He ain't stacked no more. And he bust through the door, fall on Sam. So Annie slaps him with this water. And it started bubbling on him and he like ran out the door. And everybody was like, yo, what did you just throw on him? She was like, pickled garlic. Them ain't no Hanks. Those is vampires. Now Hank is a ghost back, over there in Mississippi in the South, they call them Hanks. But she was like, yeah, these ain't no Hanks, these are vampires. So they cut to a scene where the main vampire dude singing in the woods. And all you hear is this creepy song. And you see Stack, Mary, and Cornbread out there dancing in a circle with him. And he done bit everybody who done left the juke joint. He done bit them. So he got an army, basically. And they all out there singing and taunting people. Man, when I tell you that was scary, you got homeboy missing all this face area. He just out there jamming. Okay. So back inside, Annie has the idea of making everybody eat a clove of garlic. She's like, we got to make sure who left inside is really human. So everybody eat it. It's not tasting the best. You get to Perlene, which is the girl Sam likes. You get to her and she's like, I don't really like this. It's nasty or whatever. And everybody think, because right off the back, I was thinking like, nah, eat that garlic, bruh. Don't trust all that. So she eats it and she has a hard time eating it, but she eat it, right? Cool. We get to Slim. Slim is choking and doing all of this extra stuff, and I really thought he was one, but he just had too much to drink, and that ain't helping his stomach right now. So there's all type of commotion outside, and the door get open, and they seeing all this. And Grace is a little Asian woman that helped out Smoke earlier with everything. She made the signs and all of that, right? So she's being tempted by her husband. And I say tempted because that's not her husband no more. He's like, come on with me. And the lead vampire dude come up and he's like, listen to her, listen to him, or listen to me, but you need to listen to us, come to our side and all of this. And he reveals that the the white guy that Stack and Smoke bought the juke joint from was never gonna let them have the juke joint. He was gonna let them have it for a night, and then in the morning he's supposed to be coming and like killing them. And the lead vampire dude knows all of this, and he tells him. So the lead vampire dude spilling all this tea, hot piping tea, crazy work, and he's basically out in the clan. Dude was the part of the clan who sold him the juke joint. He was gonna come back and just lay all them out, and still had the money be rid of some Negroes. Like that's crazy work. So Stack is trying to convince Smoke to come to his side. He's like, brother, we weren't never gonna be free, and it's still fresh for Smoke. So Smoke almost fall for it. And you got Bo, Alice's husband, the Asian couple. He's still working on her, trying to get her to come to his side. And he done said something Asian to her, and then he just spoke like Chinese to her or something. I don't know what it was, but he had spoke that to her, the main vampire dude, and then he was like, "How about we get your daughter a visit at that store up there?" And that's when she loses her mind when he mentions her daughter. We lost her. So inside, Grace is like losing her stuff. They gonna get my baby. I need to get over there to her. And she go up to Smoke and she sized him up. She like, how you gonna lose a brother? This and this. Say you was in the army or whatever. You was a soldier and you ain't trying to do nothing about this. He get up. He like, actually I don't remember what he said, but he get up. He looking crazy at her though, and she gets so upset. And like the dude outside, her husband outside, she see him through the window and he's singing and she can only hear his voice, but they all singing, but she can only hear his voice. And she gets so upset. Like she tries to go throw something at him or like stab him, but she get held back. And so she screams the unthinkable out. She screams, come on in, you mother. And she basically gives an invite to every single vampire. Oh my goodness, y'all. So all the vampires come in, and Grace throw a bottle of fire like a Molotov at them. The main vampire slap it like it ain't nothing out the way. It start burning the door, the juke joint. All them running in, stabbing, shooting. It's a whole brawl going on, whole battle. So the battle going on, all kind of fighting, shooting, and all that happening right now. And Annie notices anytime something happened to the main vampire dude, all the vampires feel it. So she tries to warn Smoke. Smoke get pinned down, and then Stack just jumps on Annie, start biting her, basically killing her. And so she looks over at Smoke, and she's like, "You promised me." Because before that, earlier, when all this was going on, she was like, I need you to take me out. If I get bit, don't let me suffer. I got somebody waiting on me on the other side. Then she looked at him, so do you. And then he like, I don't care about none of this, none of that. But she's like, please. So then right here and there, he keeps his promise and he stakes her in the heart. So at this point, Slim distracts the vampires by cutting himself. So everybody can run out the back door. They start running out. They get caught by the leader. The leader, for some reason, they want Sam real bad. They was talking about Sam earlier, and when they opened the door for them, he was like, "We want that guy right there. We'll leave y'all alone. Y'all give us Sam." He's like, "Y'all ain't getting nobody," you know. So Smoke was like, "Y'all ain't getting nobody out of here." So basically, they really want Sam. They really want Sam. And I'm thinking they got something to do with that guitar, because his daddy said it will, follow you home or something. And, but they tussling with him. So they fighting and tussling. So at this point, Sam gets to grab his guitar and run. Sam is running. He jumps off this high thing, messes his knee up, still trying to run. And he gets caught by the leader. He like slapping him around, punching him. And he like catch him in the water. And so Sam starts to say the Lord's Prayer. The lead vampire dude start saying it with him, actually finishing it. Then he got the whole vampires in the background saying it too. And so everybody's saying it. But then simultaneously, it's a whole battle going on between the twins. Stack is fighting Smoke, and they fighting back and forth. So while Stack and Smoke is upstairs fighting, Smoke get the upper hand on them, and then they skip to the scene where Sam is battling the lead vampire dude in the water, and he's slamming him in and out the water, if making fun of like baptizing and stuff, and he mocking the Lord's Prayer, just doing all that evil monstrous stuff, right? So Sam takes his guitar and he bashes the vampire dude in the head. Dude, it was like a metal circle, like a metal plate in his guitar that's stuck in the vampire dude's head. Everybody behind him feels that. The whole vampire group, crew, gang, whatever it is, they all feel that. So they all going crazy, like, oh snap. And I just knew right then and there that was the end of Sam. But then here come out of nowhere Smoke. Smoke just stabs him. He just stabbed the vampire dude in the heart from the back. He walk around. the dude is like stunned. Then the sun starts to come up. So he's feeling the pain of the stake. He probably was gonna try to take it out. He was looking like he was finna try to take it out, but it's a stake to the heart, my boy. Ain't really nothing you could do about that. So he, it's the sun coming up, and they looking at him. He's starting to burn right there in the water. He's starting to catch on fire, and that's that with him. So right then and there, that was the end of that dude. That was the end of the vampire dude. So Smoke tells Sam, man, get your butt home. Get on out of here. Get away from this. Go home. So we go to that full circle moment back in the beginning when we saw Sam driving up to the church, bloody and scratched up. It was from that moment that shows him going into the church right then and there. I was like, okay, I like that. I like how y'all did that. Y'all showed us the end and then showed us how we got there. I like that. Man, so Smoke sit down and he trying to roll him a blunt, his hand shaking, he crying. And he's just remembering everything he done lost tonight. His brother Stack, his girl Annie, they friends Slim and Cornbread. Like, they done lost a lot of people tonight. And he's really having a moment. But then he also remembers that what the lead vampire dude said. That y'all gonna have some visitors in the morning. And so he prepares. So just like the lead vampire dude said, the clan members came and they came with people. It was like 4 cars of people. They came. Smoke was ready. He was in the bushes on his belly with the gun like on these two little things, and he started shooting them. Bop, 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 getting them on out of here, right? Then he come through with the chopper, and he ain't playing. He air that place out. It was sinking for sure. So he's wounded. Smoke is wounded at this point, right? And he starts to see, he look over, and he got the main clans member dude on the ground, half dead. Not dead, but half dead. He look over, he see Annie, and Annie has a baby. And I'm thinking, that's who she said, like that's who she meant when she told him, you got somebody waiting on the other side for you too. And so the dude talking stuff, he air his last clip out on him, and then he goes in to hold his baby. He's like, it's okay, Papa got you. Wow. So earlier, when Sam made it to his church, his daddy was like, come on in, son. Let go that guitar. Give your life to God. And Sam would not let go of that guitar the whole time. He kept that guitar. And then we shoot to a scene where he's driving away with the spine of the guitar. Just that, because he bashed the vampire dude in the head with the other part. So he still got that part. And he's just driving away. I'm thinking he going to Chicago because that's what he wanted to do earlier when he was talking to Smoke. So we skip to a scene where we now see Sam as an old man. And we know it's Sam because Sam has 3 scratches on his face from that night with the vampires. And he's playing that guitar. Well, not that guitar, but he's playing a guitar. And he's playing in a club called Perlene. And that's the girl he loved from that night. You know? So he named his club after her. And he's a successful blues player. He's like a big time blues star. And he got a whole club. So later on, when it's closing time, one of his workers told him, hey, boss, we got 2 outside and they just adamant on coming in. We told them it's closed, but they came in. He's like, it don't bother me no mind. Let them in. So who comes walking in the door? Y'all ready? Take a seat. All right. Who comes running in the door or walking in the door? All cool, right? Stack and Mary. They never died. So Stack is like, Smoke told me to never bother you, let you live out your days. Like don't mess with you. So that's why you still here, still alive. So They sitting there kikiing and talking and stuff, and he like, "Man, you still got that guitar?" And so he take the guitar out, he start playing it, and man, I mind y'all, it's the 90s. They went from the 30s to the 90s. Like, that's crazy work. And Sam is an old man. I remember Sam was the youngest though. He was the youngest out of all the group, but that's crazy. So basically, Stack kept his promise to Smoke, and he never bothered Sam. He let him grow up into a grown man, old man. He an old man now, and you know that's that. But Sam tells Mary, and he tells Stack, he's like, y'all. Sometimes I wake up and I'm paralyzed in fear about that night. But then again, that was one of the best nights of my life. And he asked Stack how he feel about it, and Stack was like, no doubt. That was the last time I seen my brother. That was the last time I seen the sun. That was the last time I truly felt free. Y'all, that was another good movie. That was a good movie. Good film. I'm very surprised and taken back by Michael B. Jordan's performance as two different, distinctively different people. I believe that he has a twin. I believed it. I really did. So, shouts out to the actress that played Annie. I'm a huge fan of hers from Lovecraft Country. So I love the film, love the actors. They did their thing. I hope to see a part 2 when it's set in the 90s if y'all want to do that. But shouts out to that. This is the end of the movie review, y'all. Come back for more. Like, share, and subscribe. You already know.